On this week's show, Michelle and Laurie show us how easy it was to install a TST tire pressure monitoring system on their travel trailer, and how it now gives them peace of mind on the road. Then, we join Jeff Johnston as he gives us a real-life review of the Coachmen Freedom Express toy hauler. Also, Kate Dunbar, our campground gourmet, shows us how to whip up a delicious and different type of veggie salad. And with so many new RVers hitting the road, knowing the proper way to handle your RV safely is priority one. So this week, Mark and Dawn Polk from RV Education 101 explain how to properly set up and use RV reference points. These stories and our Super NOBO raffle to benefit care camps, oncology camps for children with cancer. Rollin On TV is sponsored by Carefree of Colorado, celebrating over 45 years of RV awning innovation. Closed captioning, where available, is sponsored by Forest River. Begin the journey.
Hi, this is Michelle and Laurie for Rollin On TV, and this is Emma, our grand design. After a couple of concerning tire issues, we've decided to pay more attention to our tires. Our sponsor, TST, provided us with everything we needed to install the tire pressure monitoring system, including the spare air kit. So let's start the installation. The TPMS kit includes the monitor, sensors, one for each tire, 2 ways to attach the monitor to your dashboard or window, labels, and the repeater. The first thing Laurie did was to install the spare tire spare air kit. We put it on our truck because that's a spare tire that's hard to get.
Jeff Johnston, you're my hero. How you do some of these shots is wow. What I'm going to do is put the bracket on first.
The majority of times we need a spare tires during an emergency, and if that spare doesn't have enough air, you're creating another safety issue. So by being able to monitor the pressure on the spare tire seems like a really smart idea. Now it's time to set up the monitor. Using the Grand Design Manual and the TST Manual, I found the cold tire pressure for both the truck and the trailer. The truck is 32 and the trailer is 65. So I set the monitor for those numbers. So far so good. The next thing is Laurie installs the repeater near the battery. This amplifies the signal from the sensors to the monitor.
3M doesn't invent things. 3M just makes it better.
These have been programmed. Now I'm just installing it. Oh, just far enough in to hear the hissing sound. See that blinking one? Can you see that?
Yeah.
All right, that's the T4. So now I'm going to hit set on that. It's supposed to blink. All right, now we're just going to go one more on the other side. Okay, should be done. So this is for your window on your dash.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're going to use this one on the dash. I think that'll work good for us. We finished installing the tire pressure monitoring system from TST. And now we're at Love's truck service station, and we've adjusted all the tire pressures with their free air. If you notice the blinking light, this is the truck, that's the trailer. Right now it's showing us the back truck.
The truck tire pressure is 32. The trailer is 65 psi. So it's right in the range, 62, 63. We couldn't get it exact yet, but it's in the range where it's not setting off the alarms. We set the low pressure and the high pressure on the truck and the trailer. So now we know if the alarm goes off, we need to adjust the tire pressure. This scrolls through continuously. And I'm going to pick it up here and put it on the dash. Very comforting to know that's going to scroll all the time we're driving. Laurie and I have had 2 situations with tires in the time we've been on the road in the last 4 years. One, there was a bubble near the bead and it almost burst. And another time we had an axle issue that we weren't aware of, and that tire came perilously close to bursting as well. With all the traveling we do with the trailer, I've always had peace of mind knowing that my truck monitor does show me the tire pressure for the truck. We've never known about the tire pressure on the trailer. We're now continuously monitoring the trailer tires as well as the spare tires. A great percentage of spare tires, when they're used, is during an emergency situation, and if the air isn't correct, then that's not a really good solution.
We'd like to thank our sponsors at TST for our TPMS system. Would you like to win one? Visit rollinontv.com for details. Michelle and Laurie, rolling on down the road.
Aquacam toss-ins. So fast and easy to use, it could seem like a game. Someone once said, the camping doesn't really start until the RV awning comes out. Whoever said that really knew what they were talking about. Carefree of Colorado, celebrating 45 years of RV awning innovation. For more information, visit our website at carefreeofcolorado.com.
Welcome back to Rollin On TV. Toy hauler trailers are extremely popular today, and the Coachmen Freedom Express we tested with the Ram 3500 truck is a good example of that RV type. The Ram did its expected good job of hauling the trailer to Riley Ranch County Park. These new trucks have a lot of really fun features. But one thing about today's modern pickups that I'm really a little bit puzzled about, and all the manufacturers are doing it, they're making the beds higher and higher. Now I'm about 6'6", and if I have something I want to put in the bed, like firewood, it's a reach over for someone my size. Now, if you happen to be a normal size adult, a little bit shorter, this can be quite a chore. Fortunately, this particular Coachman trailer has a solution to that. We have a really cool metal rack up here directly above the batteries. That's a cargo rack. It can be used to put a generator on there, just about anything. As you can see, we have it piled up with our campfire wood for the night. It's a nice feature. More trailers ought to have this. The forward cargo rack makes good use of the open space above the trailer batteries. The new Freedom Express Blast from Coachman Industries. Coachman, of course, is a name that we've known for a long time in the RV industry. A lot of our parents, maybe even grandparents, use Coachman products. This is the Model 283BL toy hauler. Everything from approximately this point back is all garage, and we'll show you more details about that when we get inside. Out here, you have smooth fiberglass sidewalls and a lumicage construction, meaning the walls and ceiling are all framed with aluminum. And it has Asdel composite underneath the exterior skin, which is part of what gives it its certified green compliance by TRA certification. And that's kind of a nice thing to have today. The axles are spaced out a little bit. This is to apparently increase stability and such when you're driving. We towed this thing and boy, it just followed along behind the truck like a dream. Now up here, the solar panel you see by Go Power, it's a 120 watt unit. This is optional. Now the only exterior storage they have on this unit is up front, but it goes all the way through and it's a really good sized compartment. So there's a lot of long things that you can stash in here. And there's also a convenient tray that's strong enough to support something like a generator. We used it for a pile of firewood. That is a really neat item which helps to keep the dirty stuff out of your vehicle and out of the inside of the trailer, especially if you have critters like the giant spider that my wife found on one of the pieces of wood and decided she had loaded enough pieces of wood for the day. I finished that little job. The front also has a power jack, which takes a lot of the work out of it. Around on the other side, we have the appliance connections and so on. Let's take a look at them. As per usual practice, all of the trailer utility connections are grouped on the driver's side. The garage door loading ramp unlatches easily and can be opened or closed by one reasonably able-bodied person. Coil springs on the ramp hinge provide most of the needed weight support. This Model 283BL has a lot of your typical toy hauler features. Number one, the garage comes right up to this point approximately. So the back of the stove and the back of the refrigerator cabinet, it's living up front and it's garage out back. And living, but we'll look at that in a minute. Up front, we have a conventional queen-size RV walk-around bed. There are shirt wardrobes on either side, storage overhead, and a pair of really bright overhead LED reading lights available. Plus plenty of plug-ins and of course USB connections. It's a split bath arrangement on either side of the hall. On the driver's side, you have the toilet and shower facility. Over here on the passenger side, you have an overhead cabinet with a mirror so you can get beautified after your ride. The sink, good size sink actually, little storage cubby for your toiletries and more storage underneath. All very conveniently located. Over here on the curb side, you got a good sized refrigerator, lots of room. There's a little bit of storage overhead. The furnace is down underneath. Now over here in the kitchen area, boy, this is really nicely done for even enthusiastic cooks. You got a really large single bowl sink. That's the kind of big sink that RVers have been asking about for a long time, with a faucet that sticks out far enough that you can get things under it to clean them. The stove is a Furrion 3-burner with oven, which is kind of handy. Convenient flip-fold glass top that works well. Furrion microwave oven overhead, and an interesting variety of storage places. You got enclosed cabinets with these almost retro-looking stained glass or glass finish doors, and overhead cubby holes with these elastic securement nets. There's a bar stool height dinette table curbside with a great window view that folds away when not in use. With the sofa beds folded flat, there's maximum storage space in the garage. Fold the seats up and lower them and you have lots of seating space for guests. Flip the seat backs over and they make into a queen-size bed. The Lippert power mechanism lowers the main bed from the ceiling, and you also have the large lower bed available. Coachman and Lippert seriously need to supply a printed instruction manual for these operations. And when you have more people to eat than just the two that would sit at the little dinette table, you have this cool little portable table that stores in a slot in the storage compartment up front. And that becomes your additional dining space. The Ram 3500 and Coachman toy hauler are an effective combination. We enjoyed our time with the trailer and truck. We think you would too. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you to our friends at Garrity RV in Junction City, Oregon for use of this trailer. To learn more about the Ram truck or Coachman Freedom Express trailer, log on to our website at rollinontv.com.
From off-the-road adventure camping to luxurious full-time RVing and everything in between, Forest River has the RV to fit your needs, budget, and outdoor lifestyle. To see our full line of trailers and motorhomes, visit forestriverinc.com. Forest River. Begin the journey. At Norcol, we realize that some of your favorite RV destinations are off the grid. And Norcol refrigerators are uniquely designed with that RV experience in mind. We call it Freedom Unplugged. To learn more about our Norcol RV refrigerator line or to find a dealer near you, visit our website at norcol.com. Having cancer shouldn't mean giving up the joys of childhood. Care Camps helps children with cancer remember what it's like to just be a kid. Rollin On TV and Forest River are supporting Care Camps with our special raffle. With your donation, you're entered to win this one-of-a-kind Forest River No Boundaries travel trailer. It's a chance for these deserving kids to enjoy themselves and a chance for you to win this eye-catching Super NOBO. If you enjoy camping, don't you think these kids should have the same chance too? For more information, visit our website at rollinontv.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate Dunbar, the campground gourmet for Rollin On TV. I'm camping here in my beautiful trailer in Texas Hill Country. The rain is just starting, so you might hear the little pitter-patter on the roof. I've just finished sauteing up some delicious vegetables in my cast iron pan. Today we're gonna go sauteed vegetables with some beautiful, bright and zesty Italian dressing. I've got some onions, some bell pepper, some zucchini, some asparagus. You can do anything you want. You can add cauliflower or broccoli or yellow squash, even acorn squash, whatever you want. The trick is though, is to get the dressing right, because it'll go on anything from pasta to sauteed vegetables or even grilled vegetables. Let's set this aside for the moment. So I have a quart-size mason jar with a lid, and that's going to be the trick too, because we're going to have to do a little bit of shaking here to get this dressing put together. I've got half a cup of olive oil. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. This is going to give it that zip and that zest. And this is where you don't want to waste any money buying inexpensive product. You really want to buy good quality red wine vinegar. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of finely ground Parmesan cheese. So there's 1 and 2. That's going to add some creaminess. That's also going to add that aged cheese flavor to it, and Parmesan and Italian food go together hand in hand. I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of salt and the same, a teaspoon of fresh ground black pepper. There we go. Now, this is a little trick. I love using dried herbs, and with Italian dressing, it's perfect for it. If you don't have fresh herbs, it's fine. I have these great little magnet spice holders right here. I just stick them right on the top of my vent hood, and they don't fall off or anything. And I have a great blend here that I always mix up. It's dried parsley, dried basil, dried thyme, and dried chives. If you were gonna do it individually and not have it together, it would be a half a teaspoon of each. There we go. And just a little more for measure. Put this back on, stick that right back up because it's a magnet, it's not gonna fall off. Cap the lid on really tight and now shake it. That's all you have to do. Super simple. And if you wanted a creamy Italian dressing over it, add in 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. It's right up to you. Anything how you want to make it. Shake it well. All the ingredients are incorporated. Carefully take off the lid, pour it over, and this will be enough for probably 2 or 3 rounds of vegetables, or a great salad the next day, or if you had some pasta, it would be perfect. Just toss everything together really gently. You don't want to break up the asparagus if you're going to use that. I love leaving it in big wedge pieces because it just soaks up all the dressing for you. And that's it. Zesty Italian sauteed vegetables. Simple and easy. I'm Kate Dunbar, the Campground Gourmet for Rollin On TV. I'll see you soon.
Wow, am I glad I used Aquacam. Maybe chili wasn't the best idea.
Aquacam, the most powerful odor control available and the #1 seller for over 50 years.
You have RV questions and I have answers, or I know where to find them. Hi, I'm Jeff Johnston. After 30 plus years as a feature and tech writer for major truck and RV magazines, I'm always being asked some interesting and at times fairly unusual RV questions. So join me on Straight Talk with Jeff Johnston on Rollin On TV or on rollinontv.com, our website. No matter the question, you can count on getting a straight, honest answer. It may not be the answer you wanted or expected, or you may find someone that disagrees with it, but it's an honest answer based on my or my other experts' experience. In the meantime, we hope you're having some fun making it through these difficult times. Remember, your RV is your best fun machine option.
Today's driving skills segment is on reference points. When you're driving a large RV, it can be difficult to know if you're staying centered in your lane, especially on narrow roads. Understanding how to set and use reference points can solve this problem. Let's see how it's done. A problem some people have when driving a motorhome is maintaining a straight course. In a car or truck, you have a hood in front of you to use as a sight, but in a motorhome, you have very little in front of you to assist in staying on a straight course. The best way to solve this is to establish reference points. While you are at the parking lot working on other driving skills, park the motorhome with the driver's side on a long line and see where that line intersects the bottom of the windshield. If there is no specific reference point, like part of the windshield wiper blade, mark the spot with a piece of tape or some other type of marker. Now, move the coach, putting the line on the passenger side, and mark the windshield in the same manner. This will give you your limits. These marks will give your subconscious some help staying centered in the lane and maintaining a straight course. These reference points will work fine when driving along straight or gently curving roads. Remember that reference points will be different for each driver, so if you switch drivers, each of you will have your own set of reference points. Now you can set your reference points and take the worry out of keeping your RV centered in your driving lane. This RV driving skills tip is from our Drive Your Motorhome Like a Pro video. Happy camping.
We hope you enjoyed this week's show. For more information on anything you've seen on the program, along with additional videos, stories, and news, plus some great contests, visit our website at rollinontv.com. And remember, you can also watch Rollin On TV on Roku, Amazon Fire, Vimeo, and YouTube, as well as on any of our station's streaming media services. For complete coverage information, click on the Where to Watch link on our website. As usual, this has been another fun production.